Hey guys, Joanne here with Newegg TV. I'm here to do an overview on this Zalman Z11 Plus mid-tower computer case. It has a steel body with some plastic and a very unique design just all around the case. It measures 10.24 inches wide, 19.61 inches tall, and 20.67 inches deep. At the front we have four 5¼ inch drive bays and a 3.5 inch drive bay at the bottom. There is an adapter in there for a floppy drive, a 3.5 inch, as well as a 2.5 inch drive. And on the bottom, we have some very good ventilation holes for airflow and a pre-installed 120 millimeter blue LED front fan. There's also the option to mount a 140 millimeter fan. On this side, there is an 80 millimeter fan just behind this piece here. And we have a side window so you can see into your internal components. At the back is a pre-installed 120 millimeter fan, a couple grommets to thread your cables through or your water cooling tubes, knockout for your input-output shield for your motherboard, 7 expansion slots, a couple more ventilation holes, and a bottom power supply mount. Finally, on this side, we have another 80 millimeter fan just behind this. I'm going to quickly show you how to remove this side piece here and get to your 80 millimeter fan. So first, let's take off these thumb screws and remove this side panel. Here's the Molex plug that comes with your fan. All you have to do is remove these 2 screws here. So just give me a moment. Okay, one more to go. And what you do next is, is just push this tab out. There's 3 of them, and one here too, which come right off. And here is your 80 millimeter fan. At the top of the case, we have this fun fin design for ventilation, and below it a pre-installed 120 millimeter blue LED fan. You have the option to mount 2 120s or 2 140 millimeter fans. Over here there is a recessed area where you'll be able to place items such as maybe your USB stick or cables, as well as candy. And here are your headphone microphone jacks, 2 USB 2.0 ports, 2 USB 3.0 ports, and a reset button. Finally, over here we have your power button. At the bottom, we have some raised rubberized feet for airflow as well as to reduce vibration. And here is a removable mesh where your power supply sits, so it's easier to clean. And a removable dust filter, simply just pinch the 2 tabs here and it should pop right off. And here's a mount for a 120 or 140 millimeter fan. One thing I forgot to mention was at the front, behind this bezel is also a removable dust filter just like this. I've already removed the right side panel. Here's another look. This is the pre-installed 80 millimeter fan and its Molex plug. Here we have your cutout for your aftermarket heatsink, some large holes, as well as a very generous area here at the bottom to route your cables, and a lot of tie-down points just all over the place. And there is some space between your motherboard tray and the side panel, so get some more cable management room. Over here we have the business end of your drives and the 3-pin connector for your front LED fan. Finally, one last thing is this mount for your 2.5 inch drive on the back of your motherboard tray. Before we get into the interior, here's another look at your left side panel with its window. And as you can see, the interior is fully painted black, which is always a nice feature. Here's another look at your 120 millimeter rear exhaust fan with its Molex plug. Let me just tilt this a little bit. Here is your 120 millimeter blue LED top fan with its 3-pin connector. They've included some motherboard standoffs on here for you already, and this is compatible with micro ATX as well as ATX motherboards. Over here we have a bunch of your front panel connectors, your USB 3.0 pass-through cables, your audio cable, USB 2.0 plug, and your various power, reset, and LED plugs. Over here on your right, we have your 5¼ inch drive bays, and below that, your 3.5-inch drive mounts. And one last thing is that the max graphic card's length you'll be able to fit in here is 11.4 inches. These are the accessories included in the box. First up, you get your user manual, always nice to have around, and what's nice is that they've detailed what each of these screws do. And here are your various mounting screws. And in this baggie, they've included these anti-vibration rubbers that you mount with your 3.5-inch drives. Here are some zip ties and your CPU extension cable. Finally, we have these 2 PCI slots. That wraps up our overview on this Zalman Z11 Plus mid-tower computer case. I'm Joanne, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to our New Egg YouTube channel. Thanks for watching New Egg TV, and we'll see you next time.